Welcome into College Football Now. I'm your host, Harsin Graham. Mizzou is making a change. Barry Odom, he gone after 4 seasons as Missouri's head coach. Someone once said, you don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy. Well, Barry Odom replaced Gary Pinkel, and he went 25 up, 25 down in his 4 seasons in Columbia. Gary Pinkel, look, he got them to a couple of SEC title games before he called it quits. And no, Pinkel's not coming back. Still has cancer. He's very sick, so I do not believe he will be a head coaching candidate. Barry Odom's final straw this year, they lost 5 games in the middle of the season. That did him in the end. I'll ask you guys this, so who will be Mizzou's next head coach? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'm going to go through my 10 candidates, but let me know who you guys think Missouri will hire as its next head football coach. I'm going to start now with number 10, Josh Heupel. Don't do this, Missouri, please. Tom Dowdy and I completely agree in this one. Heupel, he is extremely overrated. I know he's gone 21-4 in his 2 seasons at UCF, but they have declined this year. That first year he was riding Scott Frost's talent, and they were just so much better than everybody else in the American. That's why they went undefeated. He's just not as good as the record indicates, period, end of story. I know Mizzou had him as their offensive coordinator a few years ago. Don't do this. Oklahoma ran him out of town, and he was an OU alum. They tried to get him out of there as fast as possible before they brought in Lincoln Riley, which obviously worked out in their favor. Josh Heupel, he's doing an okay job at UCF. He is not ready for the SEC. Do not do this, but I've got him at number 10. Jeff Monken's my number 9 guy. Look, the turnaround at Army has been sensational. Here's my problem here. And now, I mentioned Monken on our BC Hot Board, which you can check out on our Chat Sports YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv. I think that could work in the ACC, the triple option. Not convinced it would be successful in the SEC. Don't think it would run well. I think he's an interesting candidate for a lot of these jobs. Not sure Mizzou's the right fit for Monken. That's why I've got him at number 9 on my list. Now, Joe Brady is interesting because is he kind of like the Sean McVay where he's come out of nowhere and everybody's like, we got to get Joe Brady? Look, his impact on LSU's offense has been unbelievable. LSU has never moved the ball and thrown the ball like they have this year. He's not calling the plays. He's their passing game coordinator. Joe Burrow's having a terrific year. But guys, Joe Burrow's going to be a top 5 pick. They've got NFL receivers like Jamar Chase and a couple other guys all over the place. At 30 years old, is he ready for this? That's the question I have. Is he ready for this type of jump? I'll ask you guys, will Joe Brady be a head coach in 2020? He's an interesting name. His name is going to be flying around rumors for college football head coaching openings. But after 1 year, I don't know. I think I need to see more, maybe see what he does next year at LSU without Joe Burrow. But type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I've got to tell you guys about BetDSI. It's the best internet sportsbook out there. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code CFB120 and bet on college football. Championship week is coming up. Lots of good games to choose from. You can bet on the NFL, NBA, all kinds of stuff on BetDSI. Get that 120% deposit bonus. Use CFB120. Make yourself some money today on BetDSI. Yeah, I got Bill Clark here at number 7. I can't state enough how incredible his job at UAB has been. He was the head coach in 2014 and went 8-5. Then they shut down the football program. He stayed as they revitalized the program after 2 years off, and he's gone 28-11 in the last 3 years. That is unreal to have that good of a record after your program goes away for 2 years. It's unheard of. He's going to be in the mix for Power 5 jobs soon, and he should be. The job he has done at UAB after they shut down their program for 2 seasons is nothing short of sensational. I would love Missouri to give Bill Clark a call. I don't think he'll get this job, but he should certainly be in the mix. I've got him at number 7. Okay, I've got App State coach Eli Drinkwitz at number 6. He'll be in the mix for a lot of these jobs. I'm not sure Missouri's the right opportunity, but you can't deny what he's done in his 1 season at App State. They're in the CFP rankings for the first time ever. They've won 11 games. They beat both Carolina schools this year in North Carolina and South Carolina. And he's an up-and-comer at 36. That's why, he'll get opportunities in the future. I don't know if you're Missouri as an SEC program, if you move on from Barry Odom to bring in Eli Drinkwitz. That feels like a job that's a little too rich at this point in his career, but he'll certainly be in the mix. I've got him at number 6. Before we get into our top 5, you got to subscribe to Chat Sports. We've got you guys covered on all things college football. We've got hot boards, the latest rumors, recruiting stuff. We're doing a lot of LSU recruiting right now. Carter's doing a great job on that coverage. College football playoff rankings. Tom and I will be live tomorrow night right here on YouTube. Got to subscribe and make sure you hit that big red button because it'll let you know when we go live, just like we will be tomorrow night and next Sunday when the final CFP rankings come out, and we'll see who's in that top 4. Chatsports.com or youtube.com/chatsportstv. That's the link to subscribe today. Top 5, I've got Alex Grinch, the OU defensive coordinator. He's done a great job in his 1 year in Norman. He's made Oklahoma a respectable defense, and that's what we've been saying for years. If OU could just be decent, they're going to be pretty damn good, and he's done that. Look, if they had this defense last year or the year before, they probably would have won a national championship. It's the offense that has slipped a little bit this year in Norman. He was the safeties coach at Mizzou from 2012 to 2014, so he's got that connection. And I actually didn't know this. He's Gary Pinkel's nephew. So I think he is certainly going to get a call from Mizzou. I just think in modern college football in 2019, typically you want to go the offensive route when you're hiring a head coach, at least in my opinion. But Alex Grinch is a worthy candidate. He's done a great job. He did wonders at Washington State, turning that defense around before going to Ohio State. Has done great in Norman. I've got Alex Grinch at number 5. Interesting question here for you guys. Who should Mizzou target? Current head coach or a current coordinator? Type H for current head coach, type C for current coordinator. Typically, I like the young up-and-comer coordinator. I like going that route because if you're getting a current head coach, unless it's like another Power 5 head coach that's looking to move up in the rankings, typically they've plateaued a little bit. So I'm going to type my C, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Number 4 here, I got Bryan Harsin, the Boise State head coach. Now, fun fact here, unless it's changed in the last 10 minutes, Wikipedia, someone has already put on Wikipedia that Harsin has taken the Missouri job. That is fake news. That has not happened, but he is certainly going to be a candidate. And look, Boise State hasn't skipped a beat since Chris Peterson left. He loves Boise State. Is Missouri the job that Bryan Harsin leaves Boise? I'm not sure that it is. And I know that sounds crazy, but they're never going to fire him. He's got a cushy job in Boise. You see what he's done the last 5 years since Peterson left. And by the way, news in the last few minutes, Chris Peterson resigned from Washington. So it'll be curious to see where he ends up, what he ends up doing in the future. But Harsin's last 5 years, 9-4, 10-3, 11-3, 10-3, 11-1, very consistent at Boise State. They're a perennial Group of 5 powerhouse. I'm not sure going to Missouri is the jump for Bryan Harsin, but he will certainly be connected to several Power 5 jobs over the next couple of seasons. Now, I want to hook you guys up with some college football gear up to 50% off. Mizzou fans, look at those hoodies. You get it up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/NCAA gear. And if you're not a Missouri fan, we got Clemson gear. We got all kinds of gear for you guys. You want an Ohio State hoodie? It's chatsports.com/NCAA gear. I've already ordered several of these items for Christmas gifts because it's marked down. It's 50% off, up to 50% off, I should say. Go get a sick Mizzou hoodie today or whatever your favorite team is right now. Chatsports.com/NCAA gear. We'll have the link in the description and in the comments section for you guys. Top 3 here, I've got Mike Norvell, the head coach at Memphis. Now, keep in mind, he is connected to the Ole Miss job as well, and I think that makes more sense here because regionally he's closer to Ole Miss. Oxford is not far from Memphis. I think it's like 90 miles, very close. He's obviously done a great job. It looks like Memphis is going to be in the New Year's Six this year. All they got to do is beat Cincinnati for a second time this season. Second time in 2 weeks, actually, which is very bizarre. He's a proven winner. He's one of the better up-and-coming coaches in college football. I think he will be at a Power 5 job next year. It's just a matter of which one he chooses, quite frankly. I think it'll be Ole Miss, but Missouri will certainly be interested as well, which makes me ask you this question. Which is the better job right now? Is it Missouri or is it Ole Miss? I think it's a tricky question. A couple years ago, it clearly would have been Ole Miss, but they had all the NCAA violations. They just got rid of Matt Luke. So type your M for Missouri, type O for Ole Miss. Let me know in the comments section. Number 2, I've got Willie Fritz, the head coach at Tulane. He's done a great job there, bowl eligible for the second straight year for the first time since the late 90s when Tommy Bowden was there. Also went 17-7 at Georgia Southern at his 2 seasons there, which is certainly nothing to scoff about. Downside, he's 59. Do you want to bring in a 59-year-old if you're Missouri? I've told you my philosophy. I like young, up-and-coming coaches unless you're just a powerhouse program. I like what Willie Fritz has done. He would not be the candidate for me, but I think he's going to be high on Missouri's list. Be curious to see if he does get that job. Number 1 guy here, Billy Napier. This is more of what I'm talking about. 40 years old, head coach of the Raging Cajuns. They've won 10 games this year. Who would have ever thought that the head coach of Louisiana would win 10 games after going 7-7 last season? He's coached at big programs, at Alabama as a receivers coach, OC at Arizona State. He was the OC at Clemson as well. He's clearly on the rise. I would have had Norvell number 1, but I think he's going to take the Ole Miss job. That's why I've got Napier number 1 here. I think it would be a great hire for Missouri. Get that offense back on track because things did not work out well with Kelly Bryant this season. Now I'm going to ask you one more time, who will Missouri hire as its next head football coach? Let me know what you guys think of my list down in the comments. I'll be chatting it up with you guys, but let me know, who do you think Missouri will hire as its next head coach?